Growing up, I played a lot of baseball. From the age of 4 all the way to the age of 20, I played baseball year in and year out. Over those many years, there was a constant change year after year. The baseball bats were getting more powerful. Each new season, everyone looked forward to seeing who on the team got a new bat and what new bats were coming out that season. From around the age of 4 all the way about till 7, bats were never really a big topic in the baseball community. At least not in the eyes of a 7-year-old, it wasn't. Around this time, the average baseball bat cost $70. That was until I moved to Miami and my dad bought me a new bat for Christmas. The name of this bat was the Omaha 2000, and it was the first big barrel bat of its kind with a whopping price tag of $200, and it was also the first bat that was this highly priced. Parents for some reason would say, the bat isn't fair, he shouldn't be swinging a big barrel bat, and I myself had no idea why they were saying that. I was always a good baseball player, and maybe the bat was helping me hit the ball farther and harder, or maybe it wasn't. The only thing I know is the coming year when I moved back to Tampa, Florida, every kid had a big barrel bat of some kind at every baseball park in the area. As the years passed and I was growing up, the baseball competition grew stronger and more competitive. Rarely did we ever see injury due to a baseball being hit off the bat to someone else. The technology within these bats was more advanced than ever before, and along with the rising competition also came the rise in the price of a baseball bat. More kids were hitting home runs and hitting the ball further than I ever seen. Once you were past the age of 11 or 12, it was time to make a decision. You were either good enough to still play or you had to quit because the competition was too strong. Around this time, a new type of bat came out, and it was called a composite bat. Running you the small cost of $400, you could have one of these bats. It was fused with different types of metals, and from what the manufacturers would say, it was going to make you hit the ball harder and farther. With the creation of these new bats came the increase in baseball-related injuries. It wasn't just one company who made these type of bats either. Everyone was competing for that top spot to have the best bat, so every baseball season, these baseball bats continuously got stronger. Once I stepped foot into the world of high school baseball, it was a different atmosphere. The competition was elite, and you had to put in lots of hard work to be on that high school baseball team. Around my sophomore year is when I really started to notice how hard the baseball was being hit and the injuries that were following with this. One trick I learned with a composite bat was that you had to break in the bat to release the power from within. We as dumb high school baseball players would bang our bats against the trees and literally break them in. As soon as the ball was hit, you could see the difference. This all culminated to a few events that took place over a 3-year time period from 2008 to 2011. Injuries were skyrocketing across the country, even including a death in the state of Texas by a pitcher who was hit in the head. My senior year of high school baseball, it was brought up that everyone switched to wooden bats because our metal bats were too strong. In high school, I was a pitcher, so I know what it was like to get peppered with a ball back up the middle. I was even hit in the chest and the back by baseballs. In 2010, a pitcher for the University of Florida named Tommy Toledo was pitching and a ball was hit back up the middle. What happened next was absolute horror. The baseball was hit directly off his face, knocking him out almost instantly. I grew up playing baseball with him, and some of you may remember this incident because it was all over SportsCenter. After the incident, he received multiple facial fractures and had reconstructive surgery. On a brighter note, he is fully recovered and is now pitching for the Milwaukee Brewers organization. This just shows you how powerful these bats were and they were becoming. The following year, there was a ban on all bats throughout the high school and college levels, and the new bats to follow would have less technology in them and would be considered to be equivalent to a wooden bat. After this was done, the injuries declined, and so did the home runs and batting averages from baseball players across the country. Some of you experienced this playing baseball yourselves growing up, and for the others who didn't, I'm glad I was able to share my experiences with you. Thank you.